Did you know that millions are at risk in the Middle East due to toxic pollutants released during gas flaring? This process, also known as the burning of waste gas during oil drilling, is a common practice in the region. Despite its known potential for harm, this practice continues unabated in countries like Iran, Iraq, and Kuwait. Imagine this. 20 years ago, the United Arab Emirates took a significant step forward by banning routine gas flaring. Yet, 2 decades later, the practice continues, unabated, spreading pollution across the region. This isn't just a localized problem contained within the borders of a single country. It's a regional menace, with the toxic pollutants from gas flaring spreading hundreds of kilometers across the Middle East. Even as the UAE plays host to the United Nations COP28 climate summit, the hidden menace of gas flaring continues to cast a long shadow over the region. This burning of waste gas is not just a local issue, it's a regional one, with pollutants spreading hundreds of kilometers across the Middle East. But how exactly does gas flaring contribute to worsening air quality, you may wonder? Well, imagine a process where waste gas from oil drilling is set alight and sent skyward. This is gas flaring, a practice that, unfortunately, is all too common across the Gulf, including countries like the United Arab Emirates, Iraq, Iran, and Kuwait. As these flames burn, they release a cocktail of toxic pollutants into the atmosphere. These pollutants don't just stay put, oh no. They begin a journey, carried by winds, spreading far and wide across the region. The result is a blanket of pollution that deteriorates the air quality over hundreds of miles. Now consider the people living under this polluted sky. Every breath they take is laced with these toxins. Over time, these pollutants can lead to serious health issues like respiratory problems and heart diseases. And it's not just human health that's affected. The environment suffers too. These pollutants contribute to climate change, harming ecosystems and wildlife. As a result, the health of millions of people is put at risk, not to mention the environmental damage caused. So what's being done to combat this issue, you might ask? It's a question that's being asked by many, and the answer is somewhat encouraging. Oil companies, including industry giants like BP and Shell, are acknowledging their roles in this environmental dilemma and are taking steps to reduce gas flaring. The United Arab Emirates, a country that banned routine flaring 20 years ago, is spearheading the fight against this harmful practice. Hosting the United Nations COP28 climate summit, the UAE is leveraging its platform to bring the issue of gas flaring to the forefront of global discussions. But it's not just about talks and summits. Real, tangible actions are being taken on the ground. Oil companies are investing in new technologies and cleaner oil production methods to reduce flaring and its associated carbon emissions. They're looking at the big picture, understanding that the health of the environment and the well-being of the people in the region are at stake. Despite these strides, it's clear that the fight against flaring is far from over. The harmful effects of gas flaring continue to pose a significant threat to the people and environment of the Middle East. It's a wake-up call to us all. More needs to be done, more action needs to be taken, and more attention needs to be paid to this critical issue. While strides are being made, it's clear that more needs to be done to protect the people and environment of the Middle East from the harmful effects of gas flaring.